think I am a devil, but only because I have lived in hell. TIA. Danny.
TIA?
The movie opens with a private jet landing near a camp in Sierra Leone. A diamond smuggler named Danny Archer has arrived to trade with local rebels called the RUF. He is here for rare diamonds, and in return, he has brought weapons which the rebels need to continue their war. The rebel leader gives him diamonds in exchange for the guns, but it is not enough. Danny threatens to do business with the government next time if he does not give him more diamonds. Hearing this, Zero softens up.
Something I go to the government, huh? Then government at least then go pay me, huh?
Wait. This is the thing you want? Yeah. So many, I don't know what to do with them all. Hey, Aja.
Danny hires a few herdsmen and hides the diamonds inside the goat's skin and tries to cross the border to Liberia. But just before crossing the border, he is caught by the army. The soldiers do not fall for his smooth talk and check the animals thoroughly. As expected, Danny is caught red-handed and is taken to prison. The prison is filled with RUF soldiers who are waging war against the government. There, Danny hears something very interesting. An RUF commander named Captain Poison, who is also a fellow prisoner, complains that Solomon Vandy has stolen a large pink diamond.
Pink one. I saw you take it. You're mad. I do not know you. Liar! I saw it with my own eyes. This big. Biggest I have ever seen.
The scene shifts back to a few days earlier, where Solomon was peacefully sleeping inside his hut alongside his wife Jessie and two children, Neanda and Daya. Daya is a bright student who loves going to school and excels in literature and mathematics. Solomon is a proud father and takes great pride in walking him to school every day. But one such day, RUF soldiers attacked their village. They had modern weapons and shot anyone and everyone in sight. Solomon hid Daya and ran to save his family. He somehow hid himself and quickly reached his hut and rescued his wife and daughter. But as they were running away, he got caught by the rebels. They were chopping off the hands of the men who survived the shooting so that they could not vote for the government. But when Solomon's turn came, Captain Poison stopped his men, as Solomon was well built and could work in diamond mines.
Hold on, wait! Not this one. Look at him. Put him in the choke. Bring him to the mines. He can walk. Look.
This is how he got separated from his family. One day, while working in the diamond mine, one of the workers hides a diamond in his mouth, but gets spotted by Poison.
Give it to me.
Just a few moments later, he finds a metal tube, and inside it, a big pink diamond. He looks around and sees that no one else is watching him. Luckily, a water pipe breaks, and he uses this distraction to hide the diamond in his toe. Post that, he requests to relieve himself and goes to hide the diamond, but Captain Poison catches him red-handed.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Luckily, the army attacks them, and Poison is injured. Solomon somehow digs and hides the diamond just before getting caught by the army. Back at present, Danny gets interested, as he knows that a pink diamond is worth millions. He is released thanks to his high-level connections in the government, and immediately instructs his pilot, Nabil, to free Solomon. Nabil does as told. He frees Solomon and hands him a bundle of cash for his survival. Solomon is puzzled about a stranger helping him out, but he says nothing. His only focus lies in finding his family. Elsewhere in the United Nations, a debate is being carried out about the selling of conflict diamonds. People are greedy about having diamonds in special occasions, but they often neglect the lives that are laid down for it. The most prominent company trading in conflict diamond is Van de Kopp, led by its executive Rupert Simmons. Meanwhile, Solomon visits a refugee camp and searches for his family members in the list, but they are not there. He asks for help from the officers, but no one can help him.
Sir, I have checked the list. I have checked the list, sir.
You have to file papers at the Office for Refugees.
Sir, I have filed papers with the office.
Then God help you, because I can't.
Next.
Me.
Elsewhere, Danny takes out a fake tooth from his mouth and retrieves a diamond. He goes out to sell it for some money, but just as he leaves, a man named Cordell infiltrates his room. Danny then goes to a bar where he meets its owner, Body. He hands him the cash and asks for a gun.
want something nice, huh?
Best you can get a hold of, all right?
His eyes soon fall on a pretty woman named Maddie Bowen. He starts the conversation, and she seems interested, but things change when he realizes that she is a reporter. He storms out of there, and even after she insists, he returns to his room. But as soon as he opens the door, he sees his room completely broken apart. As he leaves the place, he is met by Cordell, who seems to be working for Colonel Coetzee. Danny owes Colonel Coetzee some money, and Cordell is here to take the payment.
That's for breaking my TV, bro.
Elsewhere, Solomon's family is hiding in a secluded place along with other survivors, but RUF soldiers attack them. This time, Dyer is taken away, and Jesse can do nothing except cry. Elsewhere, Danny arrives at Colonel Coetzee's home. As it appears, Danny was trained by the colonel since he was 19. But one day a deal went wrong, and hence Danny owes him money. Somehow, he knows about the pink diamond and wants to have it as repayment. Danny replies that if he had the diamond, he would escape the African continent, but Coetzee's reply stuns him.
This red earth, it's in our skin. This is home. You'll never leave Africa.
This only means that he will never let Danny off the hook. Solomon was in a refugee camp when Danny tracks him down. He bluntly asks about the diamond, but Solomon is afraid that if he opens his mouth, he will be killed. Hence he runs away and boards a bus. He has secured a job as a bellman in a hotel and works hard to earn more money and find his family. Elsewhere, Dyer is being trained by the RUF soldiers, and they instill a sense of brutality in him. They tell the infantry that the foreigners are looting their country and the government is aiding them. They teach them how to kill and be fearless and be loyal only to the RUF. That night, Danny returned to Body and received his gun. Danny learns that the RUF will be attacking the city tomorrow and insists that Body move out, but the barkeep insists on staying in his hometown. His eyes fall on Maddie, who was drinking with her colleagues. He approached her and the two dance and start enjoying each other, but things go sideways when she pulls up the topic of diamonds. He tries to leave, but she follows him. She questions him if he feels even the slightest amount of regret about the lives lost in diamond mining, but he fires back.
Dreamy American girls who all want a storybook wedding and a big shiny rock. It's like the ones they see in the advertisements of your politically correct magazine, so please, don't come here and make judgments on me, all right?
She retorts that not all women like such fancy weddings and leaves. Sure enough, the next day, the rebels attack Freetown, and Solomon tries to flee, but is stopped by Danny. He tells Solomon that he is the one who freed him from prison. Danny wants a cut of the diamond's value, and in exchange, he will reunite Solomon with his family. Solomon is doubtful about this man, but just then the RUF storms the hotel. Solomon agrees and Danny flees with him. They somehow manage to save themselves amidst the hellfire of bullets. Danny leads and Solomon follows him. They end up inside a room full of scared citizens and witness the brutality of the RUF from inside the room. They manage to flee the place, while it is burning and is filled with the senseless laughter of the RUF soldiers. Next morning, the duo make their way to the nearest refugee camp, but 3 RUF soldiers lie in their path. Danny picks up a nearby soldier's cap, and Solomon disguises himself as an RUF soldier, and Danny does the rest.
Now let me shoot that.
The two reach the nearest camp, and Maddie finds them waiting there. He introduces her to Solomon and explains his entire story to her. He requests her to look into the UN databases and locate his family, and she reluctantly agrees. Maddie locates his family, and the 3 of them set off in a helicopter. Upon reaching the refugee camp where his family is situated, Maddie gets to know that the government suspects that there may be RUF soldiers disguised as refugees, and hence they will only be released after the civil war ends. Maddie takes a few photographs for her magazine, and Solomon is delighted to find Jesse and Nayanda.
Jesse! Jesse! Jesse!
But his smile fades away when he learns that Daya has been taken by the RUF. Danny has nearly fulfilled his promise to find his family, and now Solomon needs to take him to where he hid the diamond. The diamond is hidden near a diamond mine in Kono City. Danny is excited about the diamond, but Solomon can only think about his son, murmuring that his son Daya is a good kid and loves to go to school.
He walks 5 kilometers to the sister school every morning to study English. He's going to be a doctor one day.
Feeling bored, Danny meets with Maddie. She tells him that people may shed some tears after reading her stories about Conflict Diamond, but the atrocities will never stop unless she gives verifiable proofs to the UN. Danny is only interested in getting the diamond and wants to head to Kono in a journalist bus, disguised as a journalist, but Maddie denies. Having no other choice, he opens up. He reveals how after he takes the diamonds across the border, they are taken to a middleman in Monrovia. The middleman certifies that the stones are mined in Liberia. Post that, the diamonds reach India, where they are mixed with legal stones from all over the world. The finished diamonds then reach Van de Kopp, who keeps the precious stones in their vaults. He hands her bank records and names of the people involved in the chain, and she agrees to allow him inside the journalist's bus.
Names, dates, and numbered accounts. You publish one word of this story before I give them the stone and I'm dead.
After traveling some distance, they come across a horrible sight. A van was blown apart by the RUF rebels, and more innocent people have lost their lives. The reporters shoot videos of the scene, but just then they are attacked by the RUF, who ambush them from nearby forests. He drives inside a banana jungle to loose the rebels, and their car crashes in a ditch.
Hold on!
Luckily, none of them are harmed. They continue on foot, but this time get caught by local militia. Surprisingly, Maddie handles the situation like a pro and lines up the group for a photo shoot. Feeling proud, the men abide and take them to their village. Their village turns out to be a place of joy and happiness, unlike anything we have seen till now. The village leader, Benjamin Capanet, welcomes them and tells them the story of the place. Most of the children there were rescued from RUF camps. He helped them recover from the scars of war and gave them education, food, and clothes. He tells Danny that even a moment of love from a bad person can give meaning to life.
A moment of love, even in a dead man, can give meaning to a life. None of us knows which path will lead us to God.
That night, Danny drinks alone, and Maddie joins him. Unlike their past conversations, she asks him about his background. Danny, already drunk, speaks his heart out. He speaks about how his parents were killed when he was a child, and he was sent to South Africa. Post that, he joined the army. She says nothing, but holds his hand to ease his pain. Sometimes you don't need words to explain your emotions. Silence is enough. Next day, Benjamin takes them in his van, and they are headed to Kono, but he gets shot by the rebels. Danny hits the gas and drives away as fast as possible. Now, Danny has no choice but to go to Colonel Coetzee's camp to rescue the wounded Benjamin. The colonel is happy to see him, as he thinks that Danny is here to lead him to the diamond. But Danny has other plans.
Must be real then. The pink. Well, we're part of this operation now. First we snuff everything that moves out there, and we find your diamond.
He asks Solomon to stay behind the tents and requests Maddie to distract a guard. She understands that he is going to flee to Kono and gets emotional. Maddie has fallen in love with this man, and now she has to part ways with him. Hence, she hands him her number and distracts the guard in the pretext of taking an interview. He packs some supplies and runs off with Solomon, and by the time the soldiers realize it, he is far away from the camp. The duo make their way through dense jungle. At night, they see RUF soldiers traveling in their vans. Solomon mistakes a soldier to be Daya and calls out for him, but soon realizes his mistake. The duo somehow hide under coconut leaves, and RUF soldiers leave after not being able to find them. Next morning, Danny threatens him and orders him not to do such mistakes again. They reach a nearby village, and Solomon is heartbroken to see another village destroyed by the RUF. After a day of traveling, Danny believes that Daya is dead, but Solomon believes otherwise. Danny orders him to continue their journey, but he resists.
I cannot live without knowing. Shoot me if you want, but I'm going. But it doesn't matter. I'm dead already.
The men walk towards Kono, and they open up about each other's lives. At night, Solomon tells Danny that Daya is a good boy, but he is born in a violent country. He knows that the situation is currently bad, but once the war is over, this country will become a paradise. This shows that he still has hopes for his country to change into a better nation.
Everyone grows up and peace comes. This place will be a paradise.
Next day, they reach Kono and check out the diamond mine where Solomon used to work. Danny sees that the mine is heavily guarded by the RUF, and they cannot dig up the diamond without getting attacked. Hence, he calls Coetzee's army and requests an airstrike, but Solomon believes that Daya is working in the mine. Danny orders him to stay close to him at night, but he slips away. When Danny wakes up, he finds Solomon missing. He runs towards the mine and takes out a guard and takes his weapon. Solomon disguises himself as a laborer and slowly infiltrates the camp. There he finds Daya playing cards at a table and signals his son to escape with him. But Daya behaves like a stranger and calls the guards.
I hate you! I hate you! Get away from me! Get him!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Solomon gets caught, and Captain Poison orders him to dig out the diamond, threatening to harm Daya in case he refuses. Just then, the mine is attacked by Apache helicopters, and Coetzee and his men wreak havoc. Solomon gets back at Poison for all his ill treatment and kills him on the spot. Danny also springs to action and rescues Daya from the RUF. Once the dust settles, Danny introduces Colonel Coetzee to Solomon. The colonel demands that the poor man dig up the diamond immediately and hand it over to him. But Danny makes him understand that Solomon will not cooperate with anyone but him. Coetzee agrees for a 60-40 split, and this time Coetzee threatens to harm Daya in case Solomon delays any further. Solomon leads them to the spot and digs, but to their shock find the stone missing. Coetzee holds his son at gunpoint, and he quickly points to the correct spot. Danny measures the soldiers around him and slowly gets into position, and then this happens. Danny kills Coetzee and Cordell, but he too gets shot in return. The three of them now need to leave the jungle and climb the cliff to board Danny's private jet, but they are shot at by Coetzee's men. They flee the scene, and Danny calls for Nabal and orders him to reach the pickup spot. He then takes the diamond from Solomon and leads them up the cliff, but he is no longer able to climb and gasps for air. Solomon helps him climb the cliff, but after traveling some distance, Danny gives up. He realizes that this is the end of the road for him, but before dying, he takes a good look at the stone for which he is about to lose his life. It is a rare 100-carat pink diamond, which is worth millions.
Take it up.
He hands the stone to Solomon and gives Maddie's number to him, instructing him to call her once he reaches Conakry. He also hands Solomon his gun so that he can easily force Nabal to take him to Conakry. Solomon bids farewell, but Coetzee's men catch up to them. Danny stalls them for as long as possible, allowing the father-son duo to escape. In his final moments, he calls Maddie and requests her to look after Solomon and his son. She understands from his voice that he is hurt and asks for his location, but he just stares at the plane which now carries Solomon and Daya to safety. He confesses that he is glad to have met her, and she feels the same way.
I'm really happy I met you. You know that?
Yeah, I'm really happy I met you too. And I wish I could be there with you.
Danny takes his final breath, and the scene shifts to London, where Solomon meets with Maddie. She guides him to Simmons' car. Simmons offers him £2 million for the stone, but he demands the safe passage of his family to London as part of the bargain. Next day, he is finally reunited with his family and hands over the stone and receives the money. Maddie captures the entire exchange in her camera and submits the proof to the UN Assembly. They unanimously vote for the ban on the sale of conflict diamonds and also call for Solomon to reveal the story of his struggles in front of the entire world. Thank you for staying till the end. If you liked this recap, please hit the like button and click on the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications.